All right, so this is, I'll just run through a few things, then we can ask some questions. When you log on to Canva, you have the choice of doing all of these different kinds of posts, social media posts, banners, Facebook posts, YouTube banners. I've used it for just to make some posters that I wanted to put around town. And I'll just scroll through a few of these, like this one is my Facebook banner. I've got a few different groups. This was just an ad, a social media post that I did. That's what most of these are. And down, this was a PDF actually that I put together. Let me see, these were some testimonials that I did that I added to a lead, bottom of the lead pages. And I'm just trying to get down to so this was actually one that I turned into a big sticker that I put on the door, and I sent it to Vistaprint, downloaded it and sent it to Vistaprint. This is a flyer that I put around town. That's not a good one. Let's see. Go back up. This one. Yeah, this was a ticket that we did for a fundraiser for a breakfast that I did for my daughter. This was a Facebook ad. This was a flyer that I put around town. So you can just see that there's lots of different things that you can do with those. And let me just, where did my chat go? Chat. Okay, nothing else. All right, so let's just, I'll just show you how I create a social media post. I'm really sorry that I didn't get the video right, because I really wanted to interact and hear questions. So it's just starts off with a blank canvas. You can see all of these things are, you know, some of them are free, some of them you pay for. I'm sure you figured it out that if you buy one, have one that you have to pay for, when you start to use it, it has the watermark on it. So let's just go to one of these. I personally don't. I'd like to look at these to get ideas, but I don't really like to use them so much because they are pretty limited. But you can, it's easy to just click on it and it will give you this same font, and you can just start typing in, you know, whatever you wanted to do. And then what I do like to do though is go up to elements, and then I use grids. And like for the one that I posted in the group, I use this grid. And then, but if you use this grid, put it in here, and then somebody else came, hi. We're not getting we don't have the audio, and I apologize for that. So anyway, and use an element, and then I have a lot of pictures that I've uploaded myself. I use a lot from Unsplash, and I'll post a list of different places where you can get both either paid or pictures for free. Unsplash is really pretty high quality pictures. And like, I have this cat. So if you put the element in first, and then you put the picture in, it will adapt it to the element. So let me just show you a different element. Delete image, delete element. Let's see, elements. There's some pretty cool ones down here. Where did I find that? Just found a. You can see, you know, almost any configuration that you can come up with. And and now it's not showing me the element they had that I wanted to use. Let's try, let's see, because I'm not in goods. I was just playing around with it, now I don't see the one that I wanted. So anyway, so they've got, you know, different ways you can do frames. Maybe this is it, in frames, like this one is pretty cool. So actually we're gonna delete all of this. We've got this one in here. So then if I go and I put in that same picture, you can see that you can see how that's a nice effect. So see what's in the chat. I'm going to just delete that one. So you can upload your own images, which is, you know, what I really like about Canva, or you can obviously get your own, use their images. So that's in layout also. Okay, so let's see, elements, frames, go free photos. So we'll just build one here. What do you want to make? What do you want to make one of? Let's go people. That one looks kind of cool. So you can put it in the thing, and you can make it. You can enlarge it. Put it in there, or you can put the element in. This is a pretty good one if you wanted to put those. So like right now, if I wanted to make the rest of this blue, one of the things that I could do is copy this. And now I've got it in there twice, and I could just flip it and then put it up here so that I have blue sky. And if you have the right one, you don't have that line up there. Or it kind of makes a nice effect also. It might work better if we did it, let's just see if we did it with this part here. Copy. Let's flip it. And it still has all of my other elements. That's the problem, because I put those elements in first. You can see you can play around with it and get, you know, you can do some really kind of different cool stuff with it. So let's trash that one, and let's switch this one around again. Oh, that was the original. I can also make it, you know, as big as or as small as I want to. So if I wanted to make it smaller and then add a background color, then you go over here to backgrounds. And here where it says brand colors, I uploaded those for my brand that I like to use. But also they have a lot of different backgrounds. So you can just add those in. It's just really click and drag. I have a nice extension on Chrome that I can get, so that will let me pick a color. So if I really liked this blue color and I wanted to keep going with that, I can copy that and go back to backgrounds and then add that color, because it'll give me that color code. And then you can play around with it. I do that a lot. I think that makes it look pretty cool. Let's see, and then you need to add some text. So they have all these different kinds down here. The ones that, these I find to be, if it's really what you want, use it. It's good. But if it's not exactly what you want, then don't use something else. So a lot of times I will just add my own text. And then let's see, but we can go in, let's go back to elements and frames. No, I can do those. Let's see, this is new. Oh, different pictures. And we can add in our own lines. You can adjust them to whatever size that you want. And then I also, usually though for text, is I end up adding my own text. And you can change it. It's really weird that I'm like talking to myself. So you can change it, the font, you can change the color again. You can adjust it to make it fit exactly where you want it to fit. Let me see if I can find, if you guys have any questions. Okay, so let's see, questions. I have a pretty good understanding, but always ready to know more. Natalie, I probably haven't covered anything that you don't already know. I can see you, but I can't really see Unsplash. Unsplash is, I'll go to that one and share my screen in a minute. It's really high quality photos that you can download, and it's a lot of nature and I don't know, they're really great photos. Steve, I have a paid account, and I think it's not very much money, but for the amount that I use it, because I create a meme almost daily or every other day, it's under $10. That's how I use those. That had me, Linda. What do you mean, Linda? That's how I use those. That had me flummoxed. Okay, so Linda, tell me more what you mean. Steve, can I control layers, meaning raise and lower the images on top of one another one? Have you tried unmuting all of us? And I don't see that anybody is muted. Same as system, same speaker, built-in, leave computer, audio options. Phone call, no. Sorry, I'm really, really sorry about this. I really just wanted to have a nice conversation with you guys to really play around and, all right. Can you control layers, meaning raise and lower the images? I mean, a light bulb just went off for me. Okay. What was your light bulb, Linda? Okay, control layers. Raise and lower the images one on top of another. Let me see, share. Steve, I'm not sure. Let's go back. Raise images. So I know that I can put another image on top of this. Let me just delete these elements. The background. I mean, I can add, see, I can add two elements together, two pictures together, and I can add elements. I don't think that's really what you're after though. I would need a better explanation. So I do know that I have my logos, and this one is transparent. So I add it to everything that I do, and I can adjust it to make it so that it fits nicely. However I want to do that. Obviously I wouldn't leave it like that, but and mine, this is a transparent logo, so I can add it. I have another one that isn't transparent, so obviously that would be like layered. Let me go back to the chat and see if that answers your question. Yeah, and Ann, I don't know how to unmute everybody. Layers would be if you have 3 items, 1, 2, 3. You can lower the first one down to the second or third position in the stack. It seems like you don't have layers options. It all depends on the order in which you put the images. Let me try one thing, like the way that I did. Let me try something here, Steve. So what if you did like something like this? And then I went in and I put this picture there. Like that would allow you to put in 3 different pictures. And the way that I did the one for this invitation was that I went to elements. I chose this one, and then my pictures. So I put this picture in there like that, and then I put this picture like that and like that. So I've got this picture in here 3 times, and then I adjusted the picture to where I wanted her to be. And you have to remember to click the little arrow or the check mark or the X up in the box. So that kind of gives it, maybe, is that the effect that you were looking for? You control layers, meaning raising or lowering. Let's see. No, not a big deal. Keep going with what you're doing. This is helpful. Okay, let's see. So like in this one, again, I could change the background color, and I liked this really blue, they have all their own colors. That's actually kind of pretty. I like that. Or I can use my pick color and pick a color. And then this needed some, you can't, unfortunately, like things like this, you can't edit that out. You have to do your picture first and then edit it. Sorry sorry about that. Play this photo of all three sections with the picture. Sorry about the dogs. No, it wouldn't. I don't think so. And let's try it. I think that if you wanted to do something like that, no, the reason that you use these elements is so that you can have separate pictures. If you wanted to split it, well, let's just see what happens. No, it only goes into one. But like I said, there was that elements, these, it was the, it wasn't frames, it was frames. Let's see. All right, here's one. Delete this background color. Let's see what happens. No, it did the same thing. There was that other one though that did split it. Chat, could you have placed, it did with the cat. Where did you find the cat? The picture of the cat that I used. I think that when I did it with the cat, I just didn't have a, I don't think I had an element, maybe. Let's see if that's, so I have a blank screen now. So I can put the cat here and I can make the cat any size I want. Is that what you were hoping to do? Then I could put the cat in again too, and I could, let's see. I mean, that doesn't look very good, but I don't know if that's, let me check the chat again, if that's something you were looking for. Cat, could you place this photo over all three sections? Where did you find the cat, that frame? Oh, right. Okay, gotcha. I'm with you, Anne. That's what I was going back for. Elements. That was in, yeah, that was in frames. So let's just see. Let's just play with a few of these and see what happens. That's kind of cool. So that was, again, elements, frames. So this one would split it up. This one would too. This one will put it just in the, that should just put it right into the circle. I don't know why we got half of the half of the cat. Oh, because that's how it is. So that, like, if you were to, you know, you wanted to write something in there, it would make it so that you could. Let's see if we can. Okay, so then we could make this a different color. We can make it transparent so that you could, oh, that's the whole thing is transparency. And then you could add some text in here. That's kind of cool. And then I would go back in and add your logo, your name, whatever you want to add to it. Okay, let me go back to the chat. Okay. What else do you guys want to know? What does the arrange button do? Oh, okay, I gotcha. Let's see. So arrange. That does send things back and forward. So now I can't edit this text because I sent it to the because the picture I arranged it differently. Let me just show you a better example of that. So I've got, I wanted to put this picture over here. Now, so these don't have element. There's no element in here. That's why, you know, I can just put the picture in and size it however I want to. What that is. Okay. And then arrange is just puts that in the back. And here again is the transparency. So that's kind of, you know, makes kind of a cool effect. It does. You do have this line here. I wish that there was a way to get rid of that, but there isn't. I guess you can make this one so that still is 100% transparent. So it really also helps if you have a style that you know, that is identifiable as you. Besides your logo or your name on it, you know, like I know that I've seen some that always have this gold background, or you know, your color for background, or that's kind of cool. Let's see what the chat says. Okay, so how long does it take on average for you to, what does the range, how long does it take on average for you to create a new meme? Takes me 30 minutes to an hour. It depends on, you know, what I usually, first I get the idea, or I have a saying, like I've got one, I've lost it now. Let's see, what's your level of indulgence is a question that I'm gonna ask. So I usually have the thought first, and then I go look for a picture that I want to use, and either on Canva or in one of the other programs, Unsplash or something, and then I just start working at it. And I enjoy doing it, so I do it, you know, do it a lot, but you know, 30 minutes to an hour, and it depends on how big it is and things like that. That's more of what, oh, layers, okay, cool. And then you'll have to ask me how I did it again. If you arrange the bottom left image to the top, you'd be able to get rid of the lines from the right. This is true. So if we did this, but it would have to go over, you'd have to like switch them. Okay. you'd have to put this one, this is only because this picture, you know, has that line, so you're right. If we move this picture down and put this one up here, it would, but there is still some line over here. So most of the pictures that I have don't have those lines on them. And so that's something that I have to be, this is new. This just started happening, or it was just in these couple of the ones from Unsplash. Because see, it's on that picture too. You can just barely see it there. But I upload pictures that I took. This is one that my daughter took. I'll just show you Unsplash really quick while we're here, because it's my favorite. The computer's kind of slow. So these are, let's see, so and you can search it. And they're just really nice, high quality pictures, and they're all, you just download them. And I have mine go into my downloads file. So let's see. So we did background, text. I'll just scroll through here. There's just all, you know, lots of different text things, which are great. But like all templates, if you want it and you like it, use it. If you don't, then create your own. Elements consist of, so they have all of their photos, free photos. There's photos you can buy. Their grids, their frames, which is really just more of the elements. I did see one down here that, like, this one is probably a pretty good one. Whoop, where'd it go? This is probably a pretty good one to use. What else are elements? All of their illustrations. So you can add, you know, you can just add these into the middle of your picture. Whatever you feel like, whatever you're feeling. Shapes are good to add. Let's see. These are a lot of new things to add. Pictures mostly. That's how they're doing their pictures. So maybe that one of the shapes. Let's go to some of these. And I do Control Z on my keypad to navigate through it a lot. And actually, there's also I just saw, I got a Canva newsletter and they have all the keyboard commands, and which I don't use, but they have a lot of those too. So here's a shape. Let's get rid of this background because that's not good. And you don't put a picture in there, but you can add this shape and you can change the color. So you could put text in there. You could put another, you know, a smaller picture in there. Things like that. Let's see what else if you have any other questions. Okay. Yes, Unsplash is royalty free. Yeah, that's why I love it. I think it's really good quality pictures. And if they're kind of, I don't know, not esoteric, but they're, you know, that's my favorite one, and they're all free. They have a wide variety of them. I also use PicMonkey, Royal Design. I'm not sure what else. So, does anybody have something that they would like to see created, like a specific message or a specific type of picture that you'd like to use? And I would just do a complete one. Let's do, yeah, let's go back to, oh, let me show you something else. So let's say that this is, you know, something that we like, that we want to use it. And then you have to wait until until all changes are saved. And then you download it, and you can download it to, you know, a PNG if you're going to re-upload it, or if you're going to print it, you can do it as a PDF. And then, but I'm not going to download it now. And you have to wait till all the changes are saved. But you can also take this same thing, and over here you can, so I've got my file, so I can resize it. So if I have specific dimensions, I can come down to custom. Maybe it's at the top. Use custom dimensions. So this is how I created the poster for my door, was because I knew what Vistaprint wanted. Or you can just do magic resize, so that, you know, if I wanted to do, if I wanted to put this on Twitter, Pinterest, or if I wanted to turn it into my letterhead or an ebook or a business card, whatever, or a Facebook event cover, and abracadabra. And now it's generating, I had picked quite a few, so it's generating a bunch of different ones. Oh, good, yeah, and I'm glad. Thank you. Let's just, okay, let's just create this. What else? Facebook banners, I usually create it and then I upload it and see where the letters are when you actually do your banner. Because sometimes these work out pretty good, sometimes they don't. Let's see. Oh yeah, okay, that's the other good thing to do, is just to make a copy. Let's see what that looked like on Twitter. So you can see it has changed the size. And then let me just show you this. I'm going to go back to my file, and no, I want to go back to all of my files. So here's all my designs, and so this is the one that I did to do this program. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to just say make a copy. What is that called? A copy of A. And I'm going to come in and I'm going to be able to, I could change the name. And then I'm going to double click on it and open it up. So I'm not, so it is the copy. Let's see the chat, what you guys got. Let's see. You're welcome. Oh, okay, Natalie. All right, so I'll just wrap up too and say, let's see, I'm just gonna take this text and I'm gonna copy it because I've already got what I want in here. I'm gonna move it down here. I'm gonna go all the way across all of it. And I'm gonna say, thank you. Thank you. If I make it bigger, it'll go all the way across. Yep, thank you. Thank you. And I like this red. I'm gonna pick that. Pick that red. And go here. Here. Have that color. And now we've got that right across her head. Okay. So then I just altered that a little bit, and you know, and if anybody wants recording, then I will add that to the recording. So, is there anything else? You were still using elements under the last image? No. Oh yes, I was. Yeah, that elements was that 3-section one, and $10 a month. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Anything, like I said, again, I apologize for not being able to be more interactive and talk. That's really what I wanted. So, but we managed to get through it with the chat. And if anything else comes up, ask me a question. I'll see if I can answer it. You know, see what I can do. Like I said, I'm a hypnotherapist. I'm not a Canva expert, but I do use it a lot. So, anything else? If not, we'll say we'll be in touch in the group. Thank you. All right. Great. All right. Bye, guys.